Ultra Rangers Wild Force, Chapter 5. Ultra Wild Zords Combine. The Ultra Rangers hit the bottom of their daggers with their palms and lifted them into the air. The black monstrous lizard stood in its gigantic form when suddenly the sky lit up with a rainbow bridge and the Ultra Wild Zords came running down. The Ultra Bear Zord ran straight at the lizard monster and swung its almighty claws, slashing the monster across the chest. The Stallion Zord galloped in and spun around and butt its hind legs, kicking the monster, making it stagger backwards. The Eagle Zord and Bat Zord swooped down and slashed the monster with its wings. The Fox Zord skimmed past and nipped the monster at the leg. The Hyena Zord lunged forward and bit into the monster several times as it cackled manically. The Cobra Zord slithered in and wrapped itself around the monster, causing the monster to fall over. The lizard monster stood back up and swung its almighty tail. The shockwave that rippled off the swing sent the Zords flying backwards. "We have to combine the Zords. We know how to do this," the Ultra Ranger ordered. They all held their daggers in the air. "Zords, combine!" they all yelled in unison. The Cobra Zord became straight, and then folded itself in half, becoming the legs of the Megazord, its head becoming one of the feet. The Fox Zord folded in on itself, the tail clipped onto its back, and then it attached itself to the legs, combining with the Cobra Zord becoming the other foot. The Bear Zord folded its legs in to itself, and its head attached to itself on its chest. It then attached to the legs, becoming the torso of the Megazord. The Stallion Zord and the Hyena Zord had their legs folded inward and attached to the side of the torso, becoming the arms of the Megazord. The eagle landed on top, its wings folded around the bear head, its tail lifting up, spinning around, revealing the head of the Megazord. The Bat Zord attached itself on the back, becoming the wings for the Megazord. With all the Zords combined, the Ultra Wild Force Megazord stood ready for action. The Ultra Rangers teleported in and stood behind their control panels. They slotted their sabers into the control panels and stood there with their hands raised above the daggers ready to fight. The Megazord advanced forward. The lizard monster spun around and swung its almighty tail. The Megazord caught the tail and pulled the lizard in close. It slammed its stallion fist into the chest of the monster, sparks exploding off the impact. Then it raised a leg and kicked the monster with the fox foot. The monster staggered back and then it opened its mouth and sprayed black fog. The fog hit the Megazord, causing it to spark and explode. "Cole, we need the final attack," the Gold Ranger barked. "Already on it," the Red Ranger replied. The Megazord stood tall. The bear head on its chest opened its mouth and an energy ball charged up. The rotating sphere of energy grew bigger, spiraling colors danced within its ball form. "Ultra Wild Zord, Bear Cannon Blast!" the Red Ranger summoned. The energy ball fired from the Bear Zord's mouth and it hit the lizard. There was an intense energy shockwave as the lizard absorbed the energy, fell back, crashed on the ground, and it exploded, leaving no trace of the monster. "Ultra Wild Force Ranger, that's an ultra win," the Blue Ranger called out. The Ultra Rangers landed on the ground and demorphed. Wes and Eric approached them. "So, Ultra Rangers, huh? Seems like you got this sort of thing covered," Wes said. He was smiling at them, but there was a hint of jealousy within his voice. "Yeah, we do. Don't worry, we may not have the princess, but we have each other. We got this," Cole said with a small grin. "If you guys need anything, all you gotta do is give us a call." Eric nodded. "Thank you, guys," Danny said. Eric and Wes made their goodbyes. They headed to their car and drove off. Kite floated there in the dark pocket dimension. Everything was dark, swirling, and energy-filled. Blacks and purples and greys spiraled around them. The princess sat on the throne, her wrists bound by chains that faded away into the ground that moved like wisps of shadow. "Kite, please, this isn't necessary," Princess Sheila pleaded. "First off, I'm no longer Kite, and second of all, no. All Wild Force Rangers across every universe will die. They failed Earth. No matter what humans do, the planet will be doomed. They will take the magnificent planet that they call home, and they'll destroy it. I've seen it happen multiple times, and it's always the Wild Force Rangers. I shall stop them, and I will destroy all of them," Kite hissed. "But these ones are not them. They stopped Master Org. Don't you realize you're Animus, the leader of the Wild Zords?" Sheila cried back. "Yes, I shut that part of myself out, and used the magic to hone my powers of shadows, darkness, and hatred," Kite explained. Then he phased away, leaving Sheila alone once more. Sheila slightly hoped that the Rangers had a plan. Suddenly, images flashed across her mind. The Ultra Zords. They were awake and active. They had seen battle, but only a few of them were awake. Animus. He had a long-lost brother, lost and forgotten, the ruler of the Ultra Wild Zords. If the Rangers had acquired the Ultra powers and awoken some of the Ultra Zords, then they could find the rest of them. They would need the rest of them. Use my fountain. Show the Rangers, please. They need all the help they can get, Sheila pleaded out loud. The Rangers stood on the Animarium, which was now rich with trees, plants, mountain range, and fresh water once again. What happened? It's all fixed, Max gasped. The Ultra Wild Zords. Their presence must have healed the island, Merrick suggested. They watched as the Gold Eagle Ultra Zord flew overhead. They walked over to the tables where once they ate their meals together, slept and recovered from their fights as Power Rangers against the likes of the Orgs. Cole ran his hand over one of the tables. Feels like home, but also not at the same time. Cole sighed. We'll get the princess back, Cole, we have to, Alyssa told him reassuringly. Cole nodded. Then suddenly the fountain started spouting water. The team all gathered around it and saw the images flashing in its reflection. It was dark and clouded and hard to see, but there were Zords. The Ultra Zords. But different. I guess it makes sense we found more Wild Zords, didn't we, when we dealt with Master Orc, Taylor sighed. We gotta get those Zords. That way we can get stronger, Zanaki growled. The Orc has a point, Max shrugged. Okay guys, we know what we have to do. We have to fight Kite now, whatever he throws at us, whilst looking for any sign, any clue, anything to do with the Ultra Wild Zords, Cole ordered. Tomorrow I'll go to the library and see if I can find any sign of Animus, his brother, any hints to the Ultra Zords, Alyssa stated. Danny started on the fire pit and Max collected food that was stashed, and everyone worked together to make a meal. It wasn't a positive vibe, not like before, but they were bonded, family-driven. Their minds calm even through the nightmare they were about to face. Everyone ate quietly. No words were spoken, no words were needed. The Ultra Bear roared out, which echoed throughout the Animarium. Somewhere on the side of a mountain, several mountain climbers had stopped for the night and set up a camp. There, one of the campers had started looking for twigs for a fire. He ended up tripping on a rock and fell down a small slope. He landed on an extended rock plate. He grunted in pain as he climbed up to his feet, and he looked around to find a way to climb back up safely back to the mountain path. Halfway up, he found something glistening in the mountain wall. A small little sapphire-shaped crystal. It was sky blue in colour, and inside was a small rock figure-looking thing, in the shape of an antelope.